guys, welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are delving into episode 4 of season 1 of The Last of Us. I am apprehensive after the last episode because that might be the saddest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and I was just very not okay after watching it. Now, it was also a very beautiful love story, so I'm glad that I did watch it. But also, I just wasn't okay. However, I also feel like it couldn't possibly be that sad again. You know? So maybe, as far as crying goes, we've turned a corner. That's not to say I will not cry again. I cry drop of a hat. But I'm hoping that sobbing and being stuffed up for the entire post-episode discussion, maybe we've crossed that bridge, you know. I have played the game before, so I have a vague notion of the overarching story of this game. However, or this show, I also am realizing with each episode that I watch that I have forgotten a lot about the game. Or misremembered. So, one, I need to play it again, clearly, because it was very good. I remember that. Two, maybe that's a good thing, because I'll still be surprised by things that I should have remembered, probably. But this is a goldfish brain, so I'm also not that surprised. Anyway, in the last episode, we had the beautiful and touching and moving story of Frank and Bill, and how when the world ended, their life kind of really began, at least Bill's, and because we don't really know any of Frank's backstory. We don't really know that much of Bill's, but we got a little bit of it, enough to know that, you know, his life kind of started when the world ended. And we got their story, and it was beautiful, and it was lovely. And honestly, I would watch a spin-off that was just a more detailed telling of both of their pasts and their time together. And, you know, even knowing the end, I would watch the shit out of that. So if somebody wants to make that, I would happily watch it. Anyway, but we ended with Joel and Ellie, and they found Bill and Frank, and were able to get things that they needed, like a truck, and are now embarking on the rest of their journey. And so we're gonna join them, and that's all I have to say. It was too much, I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get right into episode 4 of The Last of Us. Oh, I don't like that. It looks like she's trying to kill me. Should keep both your eyes open. I mean, I shoot the same way, but I've been told that I should keep both eyes open. Can I just say, the set design of this, whoever is doing it, just brilliant. It just takes me to the game, and also fully in this world.
Nice. How does that work?
It's a siphon. It's when liquid travels against gravity because pressure.
You don't know.
I know it works. No wandering.
Volume 2 by Will Livingston. Volume 2. Look, you get it?
Mm-hmm.
2, like T-O-O.
Oh, God.
What did the mermaid wear to her math class? An algebra. Algebra.
It's so
I stayed
stupid.
up all night,
No.
wondering where the sun went. And then it dawned on me.
Feel free to wait in the truck.
Okay, but just know, you can't escape Will Livingston. He'll be back. There's nothing you can do to stop him.
Could burn the book. It's so crazy how clean and nice that truck looks compared to everything else in the world. Oh.
It's light on the reading, but it has some interesting interesting pictures.
Oh, no. Put that back. That's not for kids.
How do
Ellie,
you even walk around with that thing?
please get rid of it.
Hold your horses. I want to see what all the fuss is about. Why are all these pages stuck together?
No.
I'm just
Okay, I was like, is she joking?
Bye-bye, dude.
Alone and forsaken by fate and by man. Oh Lord, if you hear me, please hold my hand. Oh, please understand.
What am I even eating?
That is 20-year-old Chef Boyardee ravioli.
That guy is good.
I actually agree.
I don't know if after 20 years it would be good though. I do not know.
How long are we staying out here?
I figure I'll sleep tonight and drive tomorrow all day, all night. Get us to Wyoming by next morning.
So can we start a fire? I'm freezing.
Now, why am I going to tell you no?
Because infected will see the smoke.
No, fungus isn't that smart.
Hmm.
This is too remote for infected anyway.
Is it?
People?
Again, the most dangerous of all.
So what are they gonna do, rob us?
Well, they'll have way more in mind than that.
Yeah. People are way more fucked up than that, unfortunately.
Joe!
What?
Can I ask you a serious question?
Yeah.
Why did the Scarecrow get an award?
I thought she was actually gonna ask a serious question.
Because he was outstanding in his field.
You did! Did you read this?
No. You go to sleep.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
You don't like coffee?
What's his name?
Whose name?
Your brother.
Tommy.
Younger or older?
Younger.
Why isn't he with you?
Long story.
Is it longer than 25 hours? Because I think that's what we got.
You gotta talk. 25 hours in a car, not saying things. Ooh.
Tommy's what we used to call a joiner. Dreams of becoming a hero. So he enlists in the army right out of high school. A few months later, they ship him off to Desert Storm. That's what they called that war. It doesn't
I was
matter.
gonna say she has
It
no
is.
idea the reference for
Being
that.
in the army didn't make him feel much like a hero. Cut to 12 years later, outbreak happens. He convinces me to join a group making their way up to Boston, which I did. Mostly to keep an eye on him, keep him alive. That's where we met Tess.
He's omitting
And
the
whole crew, we,
Sarah part of the story, of course.
well, for what it was, it worked. And then Tommy meets Marlene. She
Firefly.
talks me to joining the Fireflies. Same mistake he made when he was 18. Wants to save the world. Pipe dream, yeah. Fireflies, all of them.
Yeah.
Delusional. Of course, last I heard, he quit the Fireflies too. So now he's on his own out there, and I gotta go get him.
Joel's lost his hope. I mean, he did a long time ago, but
If you don't think there's hope for the world, why bother going on? I mean, you gotta try, right?
I think he's just.
You haven't seen the world, so you don't
I
know.
think he's just going through the motions, honestly.
Keep going for family. That's about it.
I'm not family.
No. Your cargo. But I made a promise to Tess,
Tess was family.
and she was like family.
It's okay, Ellie. You'll become family.
What if you don't find him?
I will.
How do you know?
I'm persistent.
He is.
You got up pretty early if you want to grab more sleep.
I'm not even tired. Stop!
What?
Is that the QZ? Where the fuck is Fedra?
Oh, God.
Please help!
Oh, God.
Put your seatbelt
Yeah,
on.
oh, God. Oh, God. He's scared.
Are we gonna
Nope.
help him?
No.
He's infected. That fucking dick ass bitch! Oh God.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
You're not hurt, nothing.
I don't think so.
Aww.
That's all fast!
Excuse me, you're the one who was being a fucking dick.
Go!
I thought he was infected. He was being fucking shady. Little bitch. Yeah, good shot, Joel. Good shot. You started it! God! Pisses me off. You literally started this. You can't get mad for him defending himself. Oh God. Oh God. Oh my God. That was... Ellie, with your gun. Use your gun. Use your gun, Ellie. Use your gun. Oh, knife. Okay. Use the gun. Oh God. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. But also, hurry. Hurry. Shoot. 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 Shoot him. Shoot him. Shoot him. Yay! Oh, shoot him again.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's over. We're not fighting anymore.
Only because she shot
Go
you.
home. I'll tell everyone you're good. I don't know what to do.
Okay, I don't know.
My legs don't work.
Well, yeah, I think she shot you in like the
My mom
spine.
isn't far. If you can get me to her. We can trade with you guys. We can be friends. I didn't know. I'm Brian. What's your name?
He's, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't kill him, but then I feel like they're gonna kill him. I mean, he's gonna die anyway.
Wait. You can have it. It's a good knife. Get back behind the wall. No. I'm sorry. Please. We can just talk. I'm sorry. Please. No, please. I'm sorry, please. You know what I have to. I'm sorry. No, we can just talk. Ellie, I gotta get in there. I can't fit through.
They made that really fucked up.
There's some stuff against the door.
Can you move it?
He's just a kid calling out for his mom at the end, you know? Like, I just don't know how to feel about what just happened. Like, at first, of course, it was self-defense. I mean, how could you trust him, like, if that's what they're doing? But, like, he did seem to be just a kid. So, like, I don't know. I don't think there's a moral black and white in this world or that instance, you know? I think it's just... everything is fucking shades of gray. Oh, fuck. Well, y'all started it, to be fair. I would shut doors very quietly, personally. That's just me.
I wonder if this is the cell where my brother was beaten to death.
Oh, you were wronged. And I'm sorry.
Who is he?
This has gone too far.
Who is she?
It has to stop.
I don't know these people at all.
It has to stop now, you mean? Now that you're in the cell. But before, people dying was okay. When you were safe and protected and ratting on your neighbors to Fedra.
They put a gun to my head.
Here. Have I satisfied the necessary conditions for you to talk?
Kathleen, for God's sake.
I'm sorry, but that was a badass fucking line.
I delivered you.
Oh. Oh, shit.
I held you in my hands. I never told them anything about your brother.
But Henry did. And we know that he's still in the city.
Okay, we're looking for Henry,
And I think that you know that too.
and she's trying to avenge her brother. Okay, so they knew them.
Who did this?
We think it was outsiders. They found a truck loaded. It's not a Fedra vehicle, but they were heavily supplied. Could be Mercs.
Well, if Henry has a radio, maybe he found someone out there. Maybe he called these guys in. Will he live?
I don't think so.
What if I had a doctor?
There's no chance. I'm sorry.
Well, then the doctor becomes less useful, which is not good news for the doctor.
This is Henry's work. Understand?
It's not.
And he won't stop until we stop him.
This has nothing to do
Find
with him.
Who did this?
They
Find every
We're-
collaborator and kill them all.
Ma'am, you're wrong, because Joel and Ellie are just two people trying to survive. Your people actually attacked them and were trying to be fucking dicks.
If you,
Need to talk.
I'm not good at this.
Yeah, you're really not.
I mean, it was my fault. You shouldn't have to.
He's trying, you know, bless him.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, it would fuck you up. It would fuck me up, and I'm twice her age.
It wasn't my first time.
Oh, yeah. I always forget. I wonder if they'll do like a DLC flashback episode about her and
Show me your grip.
her girlfriend. I can't remember her name.
Finger off the trigger. Now, who taught you that?
Fedra School.
Riley.
Figures. Thumb. Over your thumb. Left hand. Squeezes down on the right. Got it? There you go. Look it. Okay.
Don't point guns at people though, unless you intend to shoot them. Oh. He's giving it back.
Uh-uh. You put it in your pack. You shoot your damn ass off.
No sign of them. You?
Yeah.
What? I think it's Sam and someone else, but I can't remember fully. So I could be way wrong. Don't quote me. As we have seen, my memory is faulty AF.
They're out of food. Henry won't let Sam starve.
Sam.
Double the guards around our provisions. He's fucking close. I can feel it.
Oh, is Henry,
What?
the older brother or dad, and Sam's the little kid, right? I can't. What the fuck is that?
Fuck.
Is that a sinkhole forming? Get out of that building.
Fuck.
Get out of that building.
When do we tell the others?
Not yet. Let's just handle what we have to handle. We can deal with this after.
Kathleen.
After.
What is it?
Seal off the building for now. Okay?
But what the fuck even is it? Y'all seem like y'all know. Am I dumb? I thought it was like a sinkhole, but you just get out of the way and you're fine, right?
Where'd you be without me, huh?
By now, Wyoming.
Oh, yeah. Walked into that one. You sure you're gonna hear it?
Of course I'll hear it. That's the damn point.
Okay.
What did you mean it wasn't your first time?
I don't want to talk about it.
All right.
She has secrets too.
You don't have to. I'm just saying. It isn't fair. Your age. Having to deal with all of this.
It's true. I don't know if she...
So it gets easier when you get older?
I don't think so.
Not really. But still.
It's the only life she's ever known, though.
The reason I asked whether you'd hear the glass or not is because I've noticed you don't hear too well from your right side.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because you were shot there?
Probably more from shooting. So if you want to keep your hearing, you stick to that knife.
Did you know diarrhea is hereditary?
What?
Yeah. It runs in your genes.
I wonder if we'll do... He liked it. I wonder if they'll do these silly little jokes, like, every time they...
That is so goddamn stupid.
It was stupid.
Yes, you did.
Jesus, I'm losing it.
You're losing it big time.
You need levity in this world, you know. Thank you.
Joel,
She scared me.
Joel!
Ma'am. Oh, God. I didn't hear no crunching. Okay. Honestly, I feel like... Oh, that's how they're going to end it? Okay. Okay. So I thought that was a really good episode, and I really liked the bonding that we're starting to see from Ellie and Joel. I think that it's really cute. They're sort of starting to peel back the layers and open up to each other a little bit. Obviously, there's still things that are off limits. Obviously, Joel hasn't, said anything about Sarah to Ellie, which, I mean, that's a huge, huge trauma for him. So, you wouldn't really expect for him to be forthright with that right off the bat. And I think that, from what I remember in the game, he doesn't tell her till she finds the picture, or he does. I can't remember. But yeah, I'm really enjoying their relationship, and sort of, like I said, just seeing it from both of their perspectives, and how they're bonding as two people who both have been through tremendous trauma. And it's just interesting to see the different way that it's affected them, and the different ways that it is affecting them, because they are so different. Both, I mean, there's 40 years of difference in their ages, right? A little over. There's just vast differences in the worlds that they grew up in, and the, what they understand the world to be. And so I think that it's a very fascinating and fun dynamic to continue to explore. I think it's also really interesting that Joel is really intent on well, not interesting, but I enjoy watching Joel be so intent on trying to allow Ellie to keep whatever part of childhood she still has. Like the sort of naivety, the sort of innocence, the, I don't know. You know, like when you're a kid and you have gone through some shit that is traumatic, you feel like an adult. But then when you're an adult, you sort of realize that the traumatic things that you went through when you were younger maybe actually in ways arrested your development. And so you have to go back and sort of try to like reframe your brain, because for so long you thought you felt so much older than you were. And maybe this is a very like niche thing, right? But I think it's also very universal that when you're growing up, you always feel older than other people tell you that you are. You know, like when you're 16 or you're 18 or even 14, you're like, I feel like I've, you know, been through shit. I feel like I've experienced stuff. And then only, you know, if you're lucky enough to get older, do you realize how fucking young you were when you were that age, you know, that you thought that you were so old at. And so I think it's really interesting because at the same time, Ellie isn't just a 14-year-old in the world who thinks that she's been through some shit. Like, she exists in a wholly different world than we could ever understand unless we were born into it. So I do have the question of, could you even be a kid in this world? Like a true kid, like, you know, we were kids. Because, or like Joel was a kid. Because even though she is a kid and she does have those things, she also has just, her experience is so vastly different than what we could possibly understand that it's hard to like figure out how to view her from that perspective, if that makes sense. And I think that Joel also struggles with that. But again, I think also we know Ellie's been through trauma. I mean, it would be traumatic just to exist in that world. We know Joel's been through trauma. And of course, he's much older, so he has, or presumably has, the tools to deal with it in a much healthier way. Now, I don't know that he actually does have the tools to deal with it, but there's an expectation that he would have a lot more tools at his disposal to deal with the things that he's been through than Ellie would have, right? And I think that it's nice to see him try to protect her in that way, to try to say, like, you're a kid, you shouldn't have to kill somebody, you shouldn't have to hurt somebody, you shouldn't have to take on these things that are struggles for adults, so we can't even comprehend the toll that it would take on a child when you're still developing and your brain is still developing and you're still figuring out who the fuck you are and how you feel and what you think of the world and how you fit into the world and, you know, all those things that you're dealing with when you're a kid. So, yeah, I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I'm really enjoying sort of seeing that conversation play out between Joel and Ellie. And it's nice to see him feeling protective of her. And it's nice to see that they are bonding. Even though at the beginning, you know, she's like, well, I'm not family. And he's like, no, you're cargo. But Tess was family. Or something like it. And I'm doing this for her. It's fun because, you know, watching this as someone who has played the game before, it's like, you know that at some point that is going to shift for Joel. His brain is going to be like, you are family. And so it's kind of fun. I mean, I think also just watching the show, you can deduce that at some point Joel is going to make that switch, right? Like, it's clear that initially he is so distant from her because she does remind him of Sarah. And, you know, he can't help but get flashbacks and feel that, like, when they had the little car wreck, right? And it was a small wreck. The car didn't flip or anything. But he's like, are you okay? Is anything hurt? You know, he's hyper focused on if she's okay because Sarah wasn't after the car wreck, right? And that led to her death ultimately. So, yeah. It's interesting to see, and I'm really loving Joel and the way that Pedro Pascal is playing him. I think he's doing such a great job. I absolutely adore him. You really feel for his character, like you feel for his struggle and his lot in life and what he feels that he has to do. I also think it's really interesting that conversation they had about, like, Ellie, when he's like, you know, my brother thinks that he can save the world, and, like, it's clear that Joel thinks that's a fruitless endeavor. Like, there's no saving the world. Like, he's stuck in the same cycle because he keeps thinking that he can be the good guy, that he can be the hero. And Joel, just think that that's, you know, it's kind of pointless. Like, there's no saving the world. Like, it's fucked, right? And I think it's really fun to watch Ellie then ask, well, if you don't have hope, then why, like, what keeps you going? Because if you are devoid of hope, then what is the point of keeping fighting and trying to survive? Like, there really wouldn't be one. And he said, you know, I'm doing it because of my family. Like, and I think that, you know, he's like, as long as there are people that he cares about in the world, he'll keep fighting. He'll keep going through the motions, you know, for Tess, for Tommy, for Ellie eventually. But I do think that in a sense that Joel is just going through the motions, right? Like, he doesn't have hope. I think he lost it with Sarah. And he's kind of just been in survivor mode, going through the motions ever since. And that's not to negate the love that he has for Tommy, or the love he had for Tess, or the love he will have for Ellie, who I think kind of actually brings him back. But I think that, yeah, he is kind of in that mode, and it's good to see, like, those little sparks of actual life from him in the scenes with Ellie where they're joking, or he's teaching her something, or he's actually opening up and being vulnerable with her. Like, I think that it's really good to see, because we are seeing, like, tiny sparks of life starting to emerge, you know? And I think it's fun. I think it's cool. I think, yeah, I like it. And as for Ellie, I'm really enjoying her character. I'm really enjoying this portrayal of her. I really like the, gosh, what is that? My leggings were being weird. I'm really enjoying seeing just her character develop. She's very funny. She's very quick. She's very, like, interesting. And, you know, she has been through a lot in her life so far, and she's only 14. And, you know, you can't even imagine, or I mean, I can't imagine, like, what it would be like to be her and to be in this world and grow up in this world and exist in this world. And yet she still has hope somehow, you know? She still has that childish optimism almost when she looks at the world, you know? She's like, I'm in a car and it's like a spaceship and planes are incredible. And, you know, she sees the world in this very almost idyllic way, even though she's very aware of the realities of the world. But she still is choosing to kind of see the hope in it. Now, is that because she has less experience? Is it because she has less to be jaded about, even though she still has plenty to be jaded about? I don't know. But it's fun to see her character and to see what she's bringing out in Joel, and to see what he's bringing out in her, right? Now, also, I do want to talk about the moment with the guy and, or the kid really, and her shooting him, and then him calling out for his mom as Joel executes him. Now, it's hard because I do think that it is such a moment that is mired, is that the right word? I think so, in nuance, because there's no, and I said this during the reaction, like there's no black and white way of thinking about it, like right or wrong, especially when you like add into it the context of the world that they live in. It's all shades of gray, right? And I just think it's such a powerful moment because these are the bad guys, you know, quote unquote, like the antagonists, if you will, for this world and or for this scene at least, because we're on Joel and Ellie's side, right? Like we're invested in them. And all of a sudden these people come out, try to shoot them, try to kill them, like they're being fucking assholes. They're like, this is your fault. And you know, immediately I'm like, you know what, fuck you, like how dare you, like they were just trying to exist in the world and you came after them, and then you're getting mad at them for fighting back. Like wild wild, you know. And so I think that it's really interesting because then you get to that moment, and I mean, I'm like, kill him, Ellie, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. And then he, you know, she shoots him, and then he's still alive. And then I'm like, maybe you should still kill him. And then, you know, he's begging to see his mom, and he's acting like a kid, and he's scared, and he's vulnerable. And you have this moment of like, I actually don't know, maybe you should, like what would you do? Because you can't leave him there, he would just die. Well, now we know the people came, so he might not have, but it's like you can't just leave him there because either he'll die or he'll tell people that you're still alive and where you went maybe, or you can't take him back to his mom because then you're probably going to get killed. So it's this very much like, what's the answer? Like, what's the right thing to do in that situation? And I don't think there necessarily is one right thing to do. And so I think that was a really great moment to sort of show that this world is really fucking messy, and there's not a clear right and there's not a clear wrong, and sometimes what you think is right is wrong, and sometimes what seems wrong has to be right in that moment if you want to survive. And it's very nuanced, and I just really like that moment showed that, and that we got to sort of experience that, because I do think it kind of reframes the world that they exist in a way. And also, like, it was really interesting to meet Kathleen. I feel like I do not remember her from the game, but maybe I do. I remember being in the city. I remember meeting Sam and Henry. I remember running from people. I don't remember Kathleen in particular. I do not know what Sam and Henry, or Henry probably, did to her brother. I don't know. But I think that Kathleen needs to maybe calm down a little bit. Like, that poor doctor did not deserve to get shot. Although I will say, when she pulled the gun on him, because he was like, you know, they held me at gunpoint, what did you want me to do? And so she pulls the gun on him and says, have I satisfied the necessary conditions for you to talk? Like, girl, that was fucking badass. That I appreciated so much. It was awesome. Like, kind of fucked up, because, like, you know, being held at gunpoint is a big deal, and like, you would probably talk too. But yeah, I still loved it. It was very much like a mic drop moment, and I was here for it. Also, okay, my question. Is that a sinkhole that's happening? Is it a bunch of fungus coming up from under the ground? Like, I was very confused about exactly what the thing in the building was and why they were acting like they were acting about it. Now, a sinkhole is a big deal, very scary. You need to get the fuck out. You need to evacuate the premises, please. But also, like, if you do that, it only goes so far, right? So I don't know. Maybe I read that wrong. I'm really not sure what that situation was about. Now, obviously, we ended the episode with Joel and Ellie being held at gunpoint by Henry and Sam. I think that's going to be fine because I've played the game, so I'm not really too worried about it. But I am curious as to how they snuck past the glass. Like, how did they get in? Where did they come from? In which case, Joel, you need to be checking your exits more carefully, because clearly they got in without making a noise and waking you up. Anyway, I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really enjoying the show so far. If you guys are also enjoying it and you want to see the next episode right now, you can over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below, as well as my entire full-length reaction. You can see that over there as well. It is watch-along style, so you have to have your own footage to sync up, but then you can watch the whole entire episode with me and experience all of the me just sitting there like moments that get cut, you know. Anyway, thank you guys as always for watching. If you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. It really helps me out, and I hope to see you next time for episode 5. Until then, bye guys.